In this podcast episode, Ben Shapiro discusses Meta's, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, reversal of the platform's censorship policies. This change comes in the wake of a broader political landscape in the United States, particularly following the election of Donald Trump. Shapiro discusses the implications of this announcement, reflecting on the historical context of social media censorship and its impact on conservative voices. Shapiro begins by outlining the timeline of social media's evolution since Trump's election in 2006. Initially, social media was viewed positively by the left as it facilitated networking and political discourse. However, after Trump's victory, the narrative shifted. Democrats attributed his win to social media manipulation, particularly by foreign actors, leading to a push for increased censorship. This culminated in the Mueller investigation and a broader campaign against what was labeled disinformation. The left's argument for censorship was framed around the need to combat misinformation, which they conflated with disinformation. Shapiro emphasizes that this was not merely about protecting the public from falsehoods. It was about controlling the narrative and suppressing dissenting viewpoints. The media's role in this was significant, as they sought to undermine alternative media outlets that were gaining traction on platforms like Facebook. As the political climate intensified, social media companies faced mounting pressure from the government and legacy media to censor content. Shapiro recounts how figures like Senator Dianne Feinstein openly threatened social media executives, demanding they take action against perceived disinformation. This pressure led to a systematic downgrading of conservative content on platforms like Facebook, significantly impacting the reach of conservative voices, including Shapiro's own. Zuckerberg initially resisted this pressure, advocating for free speech in a 2019 speech at Georgetown University. However, as the 2020 election approached, the pressure intensified, particularly regarding COVID-19 misinformation. Facebook began censoring content related to the pandemic, including legitimate discussions about vaccine efficacy and the origins of the virus. Shapiro notes that this censorship was not just a response to misinformation, but a deliberate effort to control the narrative surrounding the election and public health. Fast forward to the present, and Zuckerberg's recent announcement marks a significant turnaround. He acknowledged that the previous censorship policies had led to excessive mistakes and a loss of trust among users. The recent elections, according to Zuckerberg, represent a cultural tipping point that necessitates a return to prioritizing free expression on Facebook and Instagram. Zuckerberg outlined several key changes in the new policy direction. First, the company will eliminate fact-checkers, replacing them with a community notes system that allows users to contribute context to posts. This move is seen as a response to the perceived bias of traditional fact-checking organizations, which Shapiro argues have often favored leftist narratives. Additionally, Zuckerberg announced plans to simplify content policies, particularly around contentious topics like immigration and gender. He recognized that the previous approach, which aimed to be inclusive, had instead stifled open discussion and marginalized differing viewpoints. By reducing the reliance on automated filters and focusing on user reports for lower severity violations, Facebook aims to decrease unnecessary censorship. Shapiro emphasizes that this shift is not just about Facebook. It reflects a broader trend in American society. The left's historical aversion to free speech, particularly when it comes to dissenting opinions, has been laid bare. The reversal of censorship policies at Facebook signals a potential resurgence of free expression, particularly for conservative voices that have been silenced in recent years. Moreover, Shapiro points out that the political landscape is changing, with the Biden administration's influence waning. Zuckerberg's acknowledgement of the pressure from the government to censor content highlights the dangers of allowing political power to dictate the terms of free speech. The implications of this shift extend beyond social media, as it raises questions about the role of government in regulating speech and the responsibilities of private companies in upholding free expression. Zuckerberg's announcement also touches on the global implications of censorship. He noted that the U.S. has the strongest constitutional protections for free speech, contrasting it with the increasing censorship laws in Europe and other regions. This acknowledgement underscores the need for a robust defense of free speech, not just domestically, but internationally. As Shapiro concludes, the reversal of Facebook's censorship policies is a significant victory for free speech advocates and a reflection of the changing political tides in the U.S. However, he cautions that this commitment to free expression must be sustained beyond the current political climate. The future of social media and its role in shaping public discourse will depend on the ongoing struggle between censorship and free speech, a battle that is far from over.